we brought this up before where the WWE needed to make some changes to really solidify this tag division. So WWE tag team division changes for better and worse. I think some of the better things that I've seen with the tag division is A, we've seen a lot more title matches. B, we've seen a lot more of the tag teams, both promos, to matches. A lot of them are getting a fair shine. Um, I think they're really making those tag team titles mean something again. But for worse, we're seeing a lot less gimmick tag teams, which I don't like. I don't like makeshift tag teams. That's my gripe with the women's tag team right now. Um, and then I think they could just do. I still think they could do better. So which, like I said, I'm gonna be patient with because they're going in the right trend. But I think a lot of these teams are still getting overshadowed. And I think before we get the Lucha Bros in, we really need to solidify it. War Raiders, they're doing great. The Machine Guns, they're doing great. Obviously, DIY is doing great. I love that whole new heel turn that they did. I wasn't with them beforehand, even though I love DIY's history. I wasn't with them, currently until they
As
turned.
the face.
Yeah, as a face, I like them as heels. I think you know the lower teams though need a better shine. Um, the Creed brothers are up next, right? Definitely, you got to. But there's some teams where I'm just not really sure what the fuck they're doing with them, like Los Garzas and the LWO, and like obviously Pretty Deadly is kind of like a jobber team. But where's the Street Profits, man? I mean, we seen some plays for them to push them, but like, let's go, bro. Put the straps on them. Why aren't the fucking Street Profits tag champs right now?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Street Profits, man. They look strong, man. They went.
Strong.
They look strong, man. I don't know who. I don't know who could whoop their ass. Like really, like believably, like
Yeah.
believably. I don't know who's gonna whoop their ass. I mean, I know wrestling is a gimmick, and they'll find a way. But man, they look good,
Yeah,
man. They
but
were
part
tossing
of the
everybody
gimmick
around.
is making it look legitimate. Like you want your big star or your big stars to literally look like they're gonna beat anyone's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And
I
I
seen
think
them in there with Detroit, them Detroit dudes, and I seen them in there, like the recent one. The recent one. I don't know
mm,
if it was SmackDown or Raw, but where the Street
SmackDown.
Profits came in and interfered and
Yeah.
they beat everybody's ass. That
Yeah.
was like, dude, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to get the belts next. I want Street Profits with them titles before Mania.
Yeah.
Well, it probably won't be before Mania. It'll probably be at Mania. But if we go past Mania and the Street Profits ain't tag team title champions,
There's issues. What the
there's
fuck are they
issues.
doing?
Yeah, I
They're
got
dropping the
problems.
ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ball drop.
Yeah.
Ball's dropping heavier than a 12-year-old boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
But you're
think
right though. The tag division is trending up. It's not
trending
quite
up.
there yet,
Right.
but it's trending up. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is a big difference. They didn't have fucking no presence. I felt like the last couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah. They haven't. I mean, honestly, I haven't felt a strong tag division since like 2017, 18, when like that was the only thing the WWE had going for them. The Bar, the Usos, the New
The new
Day.
girl.
Yeah, that was that.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
those
guess
used to
those
be
were
the
the
days.
main ones, but
Yeah,
they
there was
come
some
out
other
to
ones, but
bigger
those three
matches.
teams, bro, they were all like 10-time tag teams, 16-time tag team
And talk
champions,
about
bro.
makeshift tag teams. The bar was actually
The
one that was
Bar was
done right.
hella makeshift, but I
They did
mean,
it right.
yeah, they did it right, man. They had their whole little gimmicks and stuff, and they made a gimmick. That's the problem. They were a make. I mean, that's the good thing about them. They were a makeshift tag team, but they made themselves into a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? And they were both powerhouses. Like they weren't just Joe Schmoes. Like they had reason to be together, and they really you know, you could see if you didn't already know who Sheamus and Cesaro were, you could absolutely see that mess coming in as like this tag team, you know. So that worked for them.
Yeah,
And
and they
these,
started off feuding, and then they became a tag team, which was really added
yeah,
to their story.
organic spice, you know. And I feel like they were going back and forth with these titles, man. Every 2 3 months, you just never knew who was gonna win, bro. They had banger after banger after banger after banger, and they were doing 3 ways, triple threat tag teams like constantly. So that
Yeah.
was a good time for the tag division, and we've been missing it for like 4.5 years now. So I know a lot of it had to do with the titles being held up with the bloodline, right? And then when they came out, they didn't really know what to do with them because they were trying to make it believable as to take them away from the bloodline. And while they were still in power, it was hard to do that. So they did the thing with Jay and um Cody, and then they did the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and then they did the Judgment Day. That was a good one, putting it with the Judgment Day. But again, these are factions. That's why I said when the new bloodline, Fatu and Tonga had it. I mean, it's like they don't need that. You know what I'm saying? The Judgment Day a little more. I felt like you could have used it better than the other ones. But it's like when factions have tag team titles, that's great, but that's not really solidifying your tag team division necessarily. You know what I'm saying? You got to have tag teams because who's gonna beat them two tag teams? You got the Judgment Day and you got the Bloodline. You had nobody. There was no tag team division. And if you wanted to take the straps off them, you had to have those two factions feud. Because you
Yeah.
couldn't just have a tag team feud. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You get up against my tag team, my whole faction's coming after your faction. The
Yeah. It's
women
like,
are feuding, the heavyweights are feuding. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, the
Like,
psychology. Yeah. You have to take that into consideration, right? Like,
I feel like tag team matches, they're so much easier to put on a great match with a tag team versus two single competitors.
but what about when you throw in four other guys that you got to figure out, like, explain, well, why didn't he come out? Why didn't they come out? Where were they? What was this? That makes it a lot harder to make a good tag team division when you got to worry about these faction members,
that's
you
true.
know? So I feel like building this tag team division as actual tag teams rather than factions is a stronger bet all around that they're working on. They're doing it. I'm liking it. I like a lot of these tag teams,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Versus before, I liked like you said, I like one tag team or two tags. Now I got like six of them. I'd like to see just hold the belts. You know,
Mhm.
that's a good sign. But speaking of tag teams holding the belts, where do the Hardy Boys fit in with the WWE?